MMA Now, Power Move, Film On TV Networks.
It happens, So the most important thing was getting the W and showing people, I'm still out here and I'm still doing it. So, in the end, when I felt like I could have went for the finish, it was the most important was getting that W. So I did what I had to do.
You said that you went back to your wrestling in this fight, and your jab was actually looking pretty crisp as well. What was the game plan going up against somebody as tough as Efrain?
Efrain, he could take a good shot. In the first round, I hit him with a lot of shots, and he was taking them pretty good. I landed like 2 or 3 right hands that would normally daze. I was trying to look at his eyes, see if they danced a little bit, but he can take a damn good shot. So, when I did that in the first, I touched him a lot. I didn't really try and wrestle him, I felt like I could have, but, I wanted to put on a good show. So in the second, I tried to hurt him, and that kind of threw me off my game a little bit. So in the third, I got back to what I was doing and what made me successful in the first, and, that's what got the W. So it was just trying to touch him a lot. If my wrestling was there, I'd take it. That's what ended up happening.
You're a pretty high prospect. And taking that first loss, how long did it take you to get that out of your mind preparing for this fight?
It took me a couple weeks, like I said, I thought it was a fluke, shit happens, you roll with the punches, you keep it moving. If anything, I think that elevated the mental aspect of the game for me. For this camp, I focus more on the mental than the physical. I think a lot of guys know I'm just as talented as anybody in this division. I can do skill for skill. I can go with anybody. So for me, the most important thing was getting the mentality aspect of it down, keeping that championship mentality. So, that's what I focus on. That's what got me the W. So in the end, when I could have pushed for a finish, I got the W. So, it's a step in the right direction for sure.
So does that mean your next fight that you're kind of looking to be a little bit more exciting and put on a strong showing and get it finished?
I'm just letting it happen. I'm just letting it do what it do. That happens. People gonna love you. People gonna hate you regardless. So, I'm just doing what I do, going out there and racking up W's. So stacking up bodies. That's it.
Speaking of mental and physical, how do you recover after a groin kick like that? And did it still hurt? Did you you could have taken 5 minutes, but you didn't. How did you push through that?
It hurt like a bitch, but before the third round started, I knew he had a decent second round. I felt like I let him have a decent second round. So in the third round, I didn't even take advice from my corner. I was just like, he's going down this round, he's going down. So I wanted it to keep going, I felt like I had the momentum on my side. I felt like he was wearing off, and even through the groin kick, I just fought through the pain. I knew he was in a lot more pain than me, even getting kicked in the groin. So I didn't want to give him a break more than anything. 5 minutes would have helped him more than it would help me.
And it did look like you took your foot off the gas a little bit in the second round. Were you mentally aware of that the whole time? And did you plan on coming back in the third, or were you just waiting for a better opportunity to land? Or did you need the break?
In the second, I was trying to hurt him. I wanted to land one big shot, and that's where if you look for that knockout shot, that's what gets you in trouble. And sometimes I had the habit of doing it because I want to hurt the guy. So in the second, midway through the second, I started realizing I was doing that. I got back on my rhythm a little bit more, but I knew going into the third, he went down that round. So he was gonna go down, whether it was by a punch, kick, takedown, whatever he did. I was gonna put him on his ass.
Initially, Kevin, were you surprised that you were the opening fight of the night when you got that news?
At first I was a little bit, but I think where it got back that I was upset. I would have been upset last time had they put me on Fight Pass, and they didn't really like that. So I'm not upset at all. I just signed a brand new contract with the UFC. They gave me everything that I wanted. I ride around in Las Vegas in a Mercedes, so I'm not upset at all, and this is in my hometown again, second hometown, so no, this just gives me more time to get drunk and watch Pettis and Barbosa, so I ain't tripping one bit.
So you think initially, though, they were kind of punishing you there by putting you on Fight Pass?
Hey. No, I didn't say that. No, they gave me when they came back with renegotiation. A lot of guys have been going to free agency. Especially this year. That's kind of like the hot topic. So, I put that. I was maybe gonna do it, but when they came back and we were renegotiating, I asked for what I asked for, and they were like, yeah, right away. They didn't even go back and forth. They were like, yeah, we'll give you everything you want. So,
how many fights did you have left on your contract before re-signing?
One. I had one fight, so I was gonna either fight this one out and go to free agency or resign, and I did what I had, I did the right thing.
How close were you to actually playing it out and seeing, what the market was like out there for you?
Like I said, when I knew that was coming up, I gave them an offer, and it was dependent on what they said back, but they said yes right away, and I was like, you made it my job much easier, so I didn't have to go back and forth. So
So do you feel like you're back to where you were before the last fight against Santos? Like, obviously a loss, steps you back a little bit. You take a couple steps back. Do you feel like you have to work, get a couple more wins to get back to that point, or do you feel like you're back now after this one?
The thing is, I didn't even really take it much as a loss.
Okay.
I feel like if me and Santos fought nine times out of 10, I'd win 9 times, and I still feel like that even with taking the punch. I think he feels like that too. If you asked him, I think I'm the better fighter overall. So I really didn't even take it much as a loss to. I took the loss to Iaquinta a little bit harder. That was my first fight in the UFC, and I knew I didn't do the right things to do it. That fight, it was more me beating me. So I really didn't even take it as a loss. I just kept the momentum rolling, and and this is still part of the same win streak for me. So that was a win, just like all the rest of them. You lose or you learn something. So I learned something for sure.
Cool. Thanks.
Congrats. Thank you. As always.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I can use a beer.